The medieval ages have begun, and now we need to figure out who is the first victim. That's why we need to check. For advisors, we need to check which nation have iron and which nation doesn't have iron. For example, England. Look at it, resources. We can sell them iron, it means that they don't have iron in their report. It's really great, because they won't be able to build pikemen as stone defending unit. Addition to that, our dear Aztec friend, let's take a look on him. Good morning, laddie. He doesn't have iron also, it means that he won't be able to build pikemens. That's why, I think, our first goal is going to be Mr. Aztec, and after that, we can real posh British tail, because first of all they are so close to our armies. In addition to that, they are so close to our centers of production, because all our centers of production, they are so close to Aztec borders. That's why, considering all these facts, we are going to punish first Aztec posh tail. After a while we started building in our magnificent capital the great wonder Sun Tzu Art of War. It will give us barracks in every city. Addition to that, we have prepared a tiny army, just a tiny army, and also, I'm strongly recommending you to build some defensive unit. After your unit captures the city, you need some protective units, like pikemans. Addition to that, we started building in our Kawaka, our group, a game changer. Forbidden Palace is just a game changer because it is working like another palace. It means that the corruption around this city will be reduced. Why are we building it near desert? Because we are an agricultural nation. We can easily obtain a lot of food from deserts. Look at it. 2 foods and 1 production. So deserts for us were like plains for all our civilizations. That's why this is our first game changer, Forbidden Palace. Our next game changer is Sun Tzu Art of War, and our last game changer is what soon we will be able to update mounted warriors into knights. We have researched technology Chivalry. That's why now we can update our mounted warriors to knight. 120 gold for each. But we don't have enough gold. What should we do? We have 21 more mounted warriors, but we don't have enough gold. What should we do? I'll show you. In our spendings, we can just temporarily reduce our spending on research. We will be gaining 244 per turn, and soon we'll be able to update all these units to our naughty knights. Also, we started building a wonder, which is given by the technology Knights Templar. It will give us a crusader every 5 turns, but I wouldn't say that it's a crucial advantage because, once again, it's not a mobile unit. But being a wonder, Knights Templar will give us much more gold. During the time, a wonder produces gold. Up to 14 gold if it's older than 1000 years, so that's why maybe this is the only reason why we decided to build it. And also we can use crusaders for defending our cities, which we are going to conquer. Our naughty Forbidden Palace has been built. Let's take a look how much money we'll obtain. Almost 60 gold per turn. 60 gold per turn means what we can build and maintain almost 30 knights. 30 knights means 30 knights. I think it's a crucial advantage. Addition to that, we obtain several cities which can produce that knights. So that's why, for our economy, I think this is the perfect national wonder. This is a really funny moment. I have been telling that a mounted warrior is a strong unit and so on, and in fact we just updated all of them into knights. The first Nadi army and the second Nadi army. Next turn we are going to attack Aztecs, so they should prepare their green posh fluffy tails. It happens all the time. You have been planning, and in fact you just update to more advanced units, you wait, because you want to update your economy, you want to achieve some cities which can produce wonders, buildings, units and so on. I have considered that and I came to a conclusion that probably this is for the best. First of all, now we have strong economy, we even can build wonders. Second of all, we can produce knights in several our cities. We can just produce them right now, we don't need to update something. Addition to that, our cities are much more protected. Right now some of them have pikemans in their garrison, so maybe it's for the best what we decided to wait. And during the age of chivalry, we are going to punish some fluffy nutty tails. This is just the gift from gods. Look, we captured Tenochtitlan, and where did we find the pyramids. The pyramids. This is the greatest wonder of ancient. Because the pyramids will give us, let's take a look. They give us a granary in every city in the same continent. It means for us in every city because we are on one continent. For free. So we will obtain granary in every city. We won't pay for that. In addition to that, pyramids, as I told you, They were built a long time ago, so that's why from time they will add us money and income for our research. So this is a bargain, it's just the greatest wonder of the ancient era in the game. Finally we have built the great astonishing wonder, Sun the Art of War. Let's look at that masterpiece. Here it is. And now every city in our continent has barracks for free. Now we have 2 buildings for free, barracks and granary, in every city on that continent. Thank you Aztecs, and thank you our magnificent capital, which was able to build that tremendous wonder. I think right now we are the witnesses of an ancient joke. Look, our neighbor, Aztecs, was building the pyramids. We were building settlers and knights. The question is, who is the final owner of the pyramids? And of course it's not Aztec. Just look, let's make tactical analysis. This wonder cost 400 production. Each settler cost, let's take a look, each settler cost 30. This means that you need to sacrifice your improving your civilization. You need to sacrifice your civilization just to build that wonder, because it costs almost 13 settlers. It costs 13 settlers. So, in this case, Aztec could have built 13 more cities, and in this case, our orbit would have been much more dangerous and much more challenging. But of course, our neighbor was building the pyramids, we were building knights and cities. So now we are the final owner of the pyramids. I think we have already settled all our questions with our dear Aztec friend. We have captured his wonder, we have captured his capital, and now he has several cities in the north of our empire, but I don't think it's worth to send their troops, it's all on way. So that's why probably now we are going to make a peace treaty with them, and we will reel the posh tales later when we will have cavalry. And this time, our next goal is going to be England, first of all. It's the closest victim to our army. And second of all, it looks to me they don't have iron, let's check it. Look, we can sell them iron, it means that they don't have it, so that's why we're going to be the easiest victim. It's a pity what a naughty Sumerian boy built a great wonder. Let me show you. In invention, it was the greatest, one of the greatest wonder, Leonardo's workshop. And of course, our civilization built that wonder. Don't worry, don't panic. We can just increase producing our gold, and addition to that I want to tell you one advice. If you want to figure out who built this wonder and who owns this wonder, you can just need to press F7, and there you can see the list of wonders and the owners. But in our case it's not list of owners, it's the list of victims. Look, we have a AI style city building. Look at Texcoco. This city will never grow because there is no food around. Only 3 tiles with glass granite where we can obtain food and fish. It's not enough. What should we do? We should press the right bottom of your mouse and just abandon city. Yes. Now we can build our city. Right here, it will have some glass granite, and probably the city will be able to grow on 13 population. It's really important, I will show you later why. Let's build the city. We can call him Texcoco. Again. Done. Pounce. We have already prepared salted, smoked and delicious wonder. Look, many turns before, our Niagara Falls started building palace. Palace is our main building and it is set wrong information. It doesn't cost 100, it costs 1000 production. So, many turns before we started building that. Why? Because we were going to build this great wonder, Sixteen Chapel. It will increase happiness from our cathedrals in all our cities. In general, cathedral gives you 3 happy fire. This wonder gives you 6. That's why, of course, we wanted to obtain this wonder. That's why, before we started researching the technology, we started producing palace in our Niagara Falls. As a result, look, boom. We can just change production to Sistine Chapel, and it will be ready next turn. Let's do it. Boom. And our salted fish, or salted Sistine Chapel, is ready. Now we can just salt and our fish by building a palace in the same city. I think you can see this dirty trick in your campaigns. I am strongly recommending you to start building a palace maybe before 20-30 turns you would like to obtain a wonder. It will give you a crucial advantage because the AI they will start the wonder in the turn they research the technology, and you can start this wonder 30 turns before. It's obviously who is going to be the owner of the wonder. Let's talk about one of the most important units in the game, I'm talking about workers. I think our civilization lays on their shoulders because they build us improvements, mines, roads, irrigations, and so on. My perception is I use maybe 30% or 20% workers on automation. But for automation, I'm strongly recommending you to send a worker for automation on Shift A, because it means that they won't change your improvements. Because I'm a drug addict, the most improvements I make in my cities, they are made by manually controlled workers. My perception is I use workers for 2 workers in one team, and they build me irrigation, mines, and so on. I control it manually due to the fact that we need to find a balance in our cities between food and production. So our city needs to produce enough food, for example, Daga. It produces enough food for population, in addition to that it has production to produce units, buildings, and so on. So that's why I like finding that balance by myself. I don't allow my automatic workers to improve all the territories. For every city I'm trying to find a balance between production and food. I know I'm a drug addict. Also, I want to tell you need to build workers almost all the game. So for now we have 4 cities which are building workers. New Deirdre Falls, Kente, and Texcoco. Oh, actually 3, because I decided not to build workers into Teotihuacan because it seems to me this city can grow up and give us more income. That's why I want to remember, workers are the basement of your civilization. You need to have a lot of them, as many as it's possible, as many as you can afford. So for example now, look, we spend a lot of money for our units, but additional to that, we have many improved cities which can produce wonders, units. Let's take a look on our scientific endeavors. Nowadays, our main goal is to obtain music theory and to build Barracks Cathedral. It will give us 2 happy citizens in every city. It's really strong, that's why. We have started preparing a salted fish in our Niagara Falls. Salted fish is building. This is our first goal for now. Our next goal is economics. In economics, we can build Smith Trading Company. It will reduce maintenance of our commercial buildings. But of course, we are not going to do right now. We are going to start preparing right after Barracks Cathedral. We are going to start preparing a salted fish in San Regis by building a palace for this magnificent wonder, which is called Smith Trade Company. And we are going to research the technology later, because first our goal is music theory, and after that we are going to research military traditions and cavalry, because cavalry dramatically increases our opportunity to conquer territories. So that's why our first goal is music theory, when we can start researching gunpowder, chemistry, metallurgy, military tradition. After that we'll return to economics. This time St. Regis will be building our new salted fish for a juicy and tasty wonder. We have already prepared our execution teams. 1 team, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in the north of our empire. We're about to start reeling British nutty tales. Let's do it. England, prepare your posh tale. We are going to conquer all the territories. I think it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cities. And after that we are going to make a peace, because obviously we are not going to send units in Oxford right now. It needs a lot of time, that's why. We can punish them a little bit later, when we'll be able to build our magnificent, sharp and swift cavalry units. British posh tales were punished very fast and sharply, because they didn't have metal, or they couldn't build pikemen, and they just couldn't resist at all to our magnificent knights. That's why now we are going to make a peace offer with them, and then we will take a look on our German friend. It doesn't have iron also. It looks like you're going to repeat the destiny of the British Empire. Also, I have already prepared one small lab. Let's take a look on one funny and hilarious thing in the game. Look, all workers which you capture, they have own nationality. For example, these 2 workers were English workers, and they work 2 times less than our workers. So for example, we're going to build a road for 12 turns, and our own workers from our civilization only for 6 turns. That's why you need to keep in mind what every captured worker has its own nationality, and sometimes the best way to use them is just to put them in your city and join the city, so it's going to be 1 more citizen from that civilization. So if I put this worker to Cataragos, it's going to be 1 English citizen, but from time to time it will be assimilated by our own population. I would like to introduce you one underrated unit. On the medieval ages on technology astronomy, we are given by opportunity to build explorers. Explorers, first of all, look, they can move all territory as if have a rod. It's really strong, so it means 6 tiles. Addition to that, they cost 20 shields. It's a bargain, it's just a bargain, it's almost nothing because, for example, a knight costs 70. Addition to that, movement too. Sounds really nice, and let's try to use this unit. Pounce, pounce. We can easily discover the territory of our neighbor to prepare his posh tale for our knights. And what is really important, what? Your neighbor, it won't be insulted if you send explorers because it's not a combat unit. Look, this is a civilian unit. That's why I'm strongly recommending you. Don't underrate that unit. It can help you to explore territory and can help you to prepare your nutty plans for your neighbors and maybe not only for neighbors. This unit can give you information. Information is really important. You can obtain information about resources, luxury resources, strategic resources, and so on. That's why use these explorers to explore territory of your rivals, your friends, and so on. You need to know information is really important in that game. Alright, I think we have reeled enough posh tales for that series. We will continue our endless campaign for magnificent Iroquois on the next series. So, see you soon on Tactical Imperative.